What is a flexitarian? If you'd like to know more, please stand by. Hello and welcome back to Let's Cook. We're the Rita Cells. I'm Jeff. This is my bride Nancy, and we're going to discuss flexitarian, a term that I just recently learned about, and Nancy will describe in more detail.
I was afraid you'd say that. Flexitarian is just a term that we've learned to use as people are wanting to become more adapt into a healthier way of life.
Or flexible.
Flexible in their eating experience. If they don't want to do all meat, they want to do a vegetarian one day, meat one day, then they need to have an alternative. And some people don't know what to use for alternatives. I mean, we have people all around the world that are looking to find a healthier way of life, and they need an alternative to the meat-eating diet.
That makes sense.
Well, we know that meat eating basically is not a healthy way of living, so we are going to show some alternatives to the meat-eating diet by using soy alternatives.
Okay, well, what we've done today is to take 5 or 6 standard American recipes, such as spaghetti and meatballs, hamburger, meatloaf, what else?
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice, and chicken salad, things like that. And we are converting them to a healthier, non-meat style of a dish. And so to start off, let's go ahead and do our spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay, well, let's see what we're going to put in the spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
We'll read the recipe on the screen. In our spaghetti and meatballs, we're going to use a cup of grillins. And we'll tell you more about that in just a moment. 1 cup of cool water, your favorite spaghetti sauce, and your favorite pasta. Okay, let's get started. We're going to use a product called Grillins. Now that's an interesting name. This is a product, you want to tell us about that?
Grillins is something we found about a year ago, and it's a dehydrated burger type mix, and I'm sure there are many on the market, but the thing I like about this is it's so simple, and the spices, the flavorings are already in it.
It's a soy product, right?
It's definitely soy. And
it's all dry, so it's very inexpensive, easy to use. All you do is add water.
Well, we're going to show exactly how easy to use.
Okay.
1 part of mix to 1 part of water.
And that's cool water.
Cool water.
And the reason why we're doing cool water is?
Because warm water, it doesn't stick together as well.
Okay. It just seems to go together better with water, cool water.
We'll just let that sit for 10 minutes.
Okay. And you've already got some here that you have let soak.
We have some that we have let soak already.
And we're going to make meatballs. Now, a lot of people are wondering how to make meatballs if you're used to having regular spaghetti and meatballs. This is so simple. It goes together well. It holds together. It's a great product put out by Dressler Foods. I'm not sure if anybody wants to know where they can get it from, they can contact us.
Contact us.
But as you see, the meatballs roll really nicely, and they'll hold themselves together. We're going to use this product to make the meatloaf and some all-American burgers. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But as you see, that's going together very nicely. Now, this is a good protein dish as well as low fat.
You can either fry this or bake it.
Yes.
And we prefer to bake it.
We're going to bake these meatballs. Now, after we bake them, we're going to put them into our magic oven and bring them out, and we're going to mix them with some spaghetti. Now, you can use any kind of spaghetti that you want. We have today chosen to use the colorful vegetable spaghetti. And I have some over here in the pot. While you're making those meatballs, I'm going to stir our spaghetti sauce. You can use any kind of spaghetti sauce that you want. We can use homemade spaghetti sauce, which is what we prefer whenever we make it. Or if you don't have homemade spaghetti sauce, you don't have time, get a good healthier version of a store-bought spaghetti sauce. So we've got that ready. It's hot. We've got our noodles are ready. We've got these beautiful colored noodles, and we're going to put them in our bowl. And with that, we've got some meatballs already made up. And since you were the one that always loved spaghetti and meatballs, you go right ahead and fix them together. Boy, those look like real meatballs. Okay, this just goes right over the top. Wow, that really looks good.
Put it all on.
You want all of it on?
All of it on.
Okay.
Okay. And a slight toss. Serve this with a salad and a little French bread.
And for anyone not
we're back
knowing,
in old Italy.
Yeah, anyone not knowing that this is not really meat, it tastes for all the world like a real meatless meatball. Very nice. Okay, we're going to show later how to set that up with a salad. Okay, let's get ready to do our second recipe. We've got a lot of recipes to show you today, so we're going to try to get through them really quick. Next recipe coming up is the All-American Burger. We're going to do 2 cups of Grillin's Burger Mix again, 2 cups of cold water, a 1/2 cup of diced onions, which is optional. And from there, we're going to make a great burger.
Okay.
Okay, let's make a burger.
Let's make a burger. All right, we've got the mix here that has already hydrated.
I notice how easy that holds together. It is really cool.
You know what's in there that makes it do that is the flaxseed.
Oh,
which is a very
okay.
beneficial thing anyway.
So it's high in omega-3 too then. Low calorie, low carbs, good protein, lots of fiber.
All right, we'll pop that in there.
Okay. And this only takes about 10 minutes if you want to fry it, or you can put it in the oven and you can bake them, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a very flexible recipe. We've got one that we've just finished. So we're going to take that out while this one's frying, and I'm going to put this in the burger. And you can put on the bun, of course, anything you want, such as some vegan mayo and some ketchup and whatever. And we're going to do some lettuce. We'll put that under here. And Jeff's cutting up some some tomato.
Yeah, these are tomatoes.
Those are onions. On the
onions.
onion. And some people really like black olives on there, so I'm going to put some black olives on the sandwich. And Jeff's going to put some onion slices.
These are tomatoes.
Tomatoes,
Those
that's
are
right.
onions.
These are onions.
Okay, good.
But the colors are beautiful.
That's good.
And this is what we want to do, is make beautifully colored food. So that will go on like that. And we have a lovely
All-American
vegan
burger.
All-American burger.
All-American.
I love it. Okay,
right.
let's go to the next recipe. We've got another one to do here, and it's going to be really tasty using the same product. This is going to be our meatloaf. Meatloaf, we're using 2 cups of the Grillins, 2 cups of water, 6 ounces of canned tomato paste, 1 large sweet onion diced up, 1 cup of dried breadcrumbs, 1 bell pepper, 1 cup of diced mushrooms, 3 tablespoons of light olive oil, and 6-ounce can of tomato sauce or your favorite spaghetti sauce. Okay, let's go and make a meatloaf real quick.
So this is really just a dump and pour, isn't it?
Basically, you've already soaked the Grillins with the cold water.
We'll add the
and
meat
put
in
that in
first.
there. It holds together so nice. That's one reason why this product is such a favorite. And you can put anything in it that you would normally put
Well,
in
I'm going to
meatloaf.
fix it the way my mom used to fix it.
Okay.
She did the breadcrumbs and she did all this other stuff. So we're gonna do one the way Mom did it.
Okay.
She put a lot of onions in because she was a believer in onions.
And for those of you that don't care for onions, leave them out.
She put in some diced mushrooms.
And portobello mushrooms make a really nice flavor too when you do this. Another thing nice about this product is that it is inexpensive, it's easy to use, it's a dry product, so you can use it anywhere. Take it with you camping.
She also used tomato paste. Sometimes sauce, sometimes paste. I don't know what the differences were.
Okay.
And she also used a lot of different colored peppers.
Now the colored peppers are so good because they have more flavor in them than green. The green peppers are not easy to digest, which is why we don't use them. We like the enzymes, the vitamins, and the sweetness of those colored peppers. And plus it makes a prettier dish.
Okay.
So mix that all up with a little bit of oil.
A little bit of oil, and then finally she put breadcrumbs in, and I guess that made it expand.
Yeah.
We had a large family.
And the oil can be left out because the product itself, the Grillins, is a low-fat oil.
She never did this because her bowls were bigger.
Well, why did you put the oil in?
To hold it together a little more, because I put breadcrumbs in. I'm going to add a little bit of water.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do what Mom always did. After she washed her hands, she mixed it all by hand.
Another reason you did with the oil, too, is because people generally that eat meat are used to an oily flavor.
That's true.
And so this is an alternative. It's an option to add the little bit of extra oil to it. If you want a low-fat dish, leave the oil out.
Remind me to get a larger bowl next time we do this. This really does make a wonderful meatloaf.
Once you get it all mixed up, then it just goes into a loaf pan, and that goes into the oven and bakes for 45 minutes.
Did I tell you that I went to culinary school to learn how to do this?
By the way, you did go to culinary school.
But I didn't learn how to do this.
Many people don't realize that you did go to a culinary school, and it was not for meat eating, though. It was basically for vegan cooking.
It was a vegan culinary school.
So this is a good alternative, though, and that looks like it's mixed up. Normally at home we would mix it up more, and but for the sake of time, since we have so much we want to show you, we've already got one prepared, and we're going to show you that at the end of the show. But this will go in and set nice, and it does expand. This is another nice thing about this product. It will expand and not shrink like a lot of vegetarian products. So once it's formed in there, and it'll come out, and we'll put it on top of a plate after you get your hands clean.
This is totally embarrassing.
But you know what? This is what's so exciting about working on camera, because nothing's ever perfect, is it?
No, it isn't.
And it's fun because we want you to see how you can work in your own kitchen.
I'll clean up if you put that in the oven.
I will be glad to put this in the oven.
And prepare for the next recipe.
Okay, let's go ahead and read the instructions on the next recipes. Next thing we're going to do is chicky chunks and rice. And we're going to use 2 cups of soy atoms, another new product, 1 medium onion, diced, 1 clove of garlic, minced, 4 tablespoons of chicken-style seasoning, ½ teaspoon of turmeric, 2 cups of brown or white rice, 3½ cups of water, 1 to 2 tablespoons of Bragg's liquid aminos, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, this is a fun recipe. We've done this at many camp meetings this year, and we're going to use a product called soy atoms. Now, you want to explain what soy atoms is?
Soy atoms is very simple. It's basically a dehydrated soy flour. It's where they've made soy flour out of the soybean, and then they've added water to it again, I guess.
So it's extruded.
And then extruded it through a process, and then it's just these variegated chunks. They have no flavor, no basic color of their own, no spices. This is a product that you can flavor to anything you want it to taste like.
It's kind of like tofu. It'll take on any flavor that you give it.
Because it's a soy product.
And
so it's high in protein, relatively low. Actually, this is a defatted product, so it's very low in fat.
Right. And there's no salt in it. There's no sugar. There's no colorings or flavorings. So you add your own. So what we're going to do with this soy atoms, and if you don't know where to get soy atoms, you can contact us. And we'll be happy to tell you where that is.
So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan and the garlic and onion and get those simmering. For those of you that don't like the onion and garlic, leave them out. You don't have to. And for the sake of time, you have already...
Why don't you put the cover on that so you can talk over that?
Okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay. You have already made up the rice, is that correct?
Yes.
And your rice is yellow.
Yes.
Okay. And why is it yellow?
I put in saffron that we got over in Israel about 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay. And if you don't have saffron, you can use turmeric. Okay. And that's what we've done here. And we've got some peppers to go in. Let's do that. Get those going. Oh,
and then we've also taken the soy atoms in dry form. We have soaked it in a flavored broth. This is a chicken flavored broth. And we've used Bill's Best Chickenish in this one, but you could use any type of a chicken type of broth.
Right.
Vegetarian chicken broth.
This we enjoyed this summer because I'm from the South, basically.
Yes, you are, definitely.
And Southerners just love chicken and rice.
That's why we're doing this
we're doing a vegetarian for the Flexitarians.
That's right.
That want to do an alternative.
Why don't you just add all the rest of this?
That'll go all the way in.
You have the spoon.
Okay.
I'm not getting my hands in another bowl.
I'll be happy to do this.
That's fine. Let's put the rice in.
Okay, and then it's just dump and pour after the rice is done. So you can use leftover rice if you want, or you can have some fresh rice. And also, we have done this to where it's a one-pan dish. You can just put the water, the rice, the chicky chunks, the veggies all together in one pan and just let it bake or cook in a electric frying pan. So this works really well as a one-dish meal. And then you serve this with a salad or with some other vegetables, and it really makes for a nice dish.
Let's just let that simmer for a little bit.
But doesn't that look great?
Looks wonderful.
Colorful. Okay, we'll just simmer that down, and then we'll go right into our next recipe. This is fun. We're having a good time.
Yes, we are. What do we have coming up next?
Next recipe is going to be on the screen, and we're going to do a barbecue beef-like product. This is also using the soy atoms. So we're using 2 cups of soy atoms that's soaked in 4 tablespoons of a beef-style seasoning, 1 large red onion, julienned, 1 large green or red pepper, julienned, 3 cloves of garlic, minced, 4 cups of your favorite barbecue sauce. Okay, this is one of your favorite dishes that you've made, and it's been the most popular of any of the dishes that we've used with the soy atoms.
Well, you have to understand, I'm a Southern boy at heart and also by birth, and so barbecue is something that we've had forever in our family. Of course, it was usually pork or chicken or beef barbecue.
Right.
And so this is, I'll tell you what, this is realistic enough, as far as my taste buds are concerned, to bring me right back home.
Okay. Now, you've already soaked the soy atoms.
Yeah,
and
what we did here, we took the dry product like that, and of course we soaked it in a beef-like broth, and we didn't have an actual beef flavoring, so we made our own. We used a little bit of Bragg's liquid aminos, which has kind of a beefy flavor.
And I used cardamom, coriander, cumin, garlic and onion powder.
And onion. And we kind of made our own. We marinated it for 10 or 15 minutes. It has changed color now quite a bit, and now it's chewy just like meat, and it has the texture of meat. So
and that's the nice thing about the soy atoms, it does have that soft, chewy texture of meat for the flexitarians, people that want to have something different besides a meat dish.
People have asked us many times in our different schools and things, why do we try to make things taste and look like meat? Well, why I do is because I came from a family of meat eaters most of my life. For 45 years I was a meat eater, and so I still, frankly, miss some of the textures. And that's why. And also for people that are trying to make a bridge.
Right, and that's what we are teaching is this bridge. And the bridge comes from crossing over from the standard American diet to God's ultimate diet.
What did you just put it in?
I just put it in some of your famous barbecue sauce. Now, we have a recipe for our famous barbecue sauce in our cookbook, and we did not put it on the screen today because there is just not enough time to do everything. So for those of you that are wanting a barbecue sauce, a really good one, contact us and we'll be happy to get that recipe for you.
But what we did here, we just took a relatively healthy commercial barbecue sauce and added onions and peppers and some mushrooms to it. And simmered it for an hour or 2.
So you can use any kind of barbecue sauce that you want and just let that go. Boy, is that ever good. And you can put it over rice or a bun.
I prefer to put it over a bun and just get sloppy with it.
Okay. All right, we've got one more recipe to do, and this is going to be a cold dish.
Right, because this product, this soy atoms product, does not have to be cooked.
Okay.
Because it is virtually cooked in the processing.
That's right. So we're going to do another dish that was a fun dish to make, and this one is called our Adams Chicky Salad. For the chicky salad, we will use 2 cups of the soy atoms, 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of chicken-style seasoning, 3/4 to 1 cup of Vegenaise, or your favorite vegan mayonnaise. And then we're going to have, for the vegetables, a 1/2 cup of sweet onion, diced small, 1/2 cup of celery, diced small, a 1/4 cup of sweet pickle relish. Okay, this is a really super simple, easy, quick recipe using the soy atoms.
We're going to use a food processor this time because, of course, like normal, we took the dry chunks and we marinated them or soaked them in a broth of chicken flavor like we did for the other chicken, the chicken and rice.
And there's several different chicken flavorings and seasonings out there.
You can make your own. You can buy a commercial one. There's a lot of things on the market. So this is what our finished product looks like. Now, those chunks are kind of big for chicken salad. So what I'm going to do, and what we learned is kind of a neat little trick. We're going to put them, it's one other step, but we're going to put them in a food processor.
Not necessary, but you can do that.
No, you can have it large chunks, it's fine.
Or you can chop it up in a chopper too, if you don't have a food processor.
But we just happen to have a food processor.
Makes it quicker and easier.
And then we're going to add all the other things. What is this here?
Now that's the chicken style seasoning that you've already used.
Well, I'm glad I didn't put that in there.
Yeah.
Okay, these obviously are onions diced up.
Which are optional for those that don't like onions. The celery is what really helps to make it flavor of the chicken salad.
Celery also has a high sodium content.
Now this is a like pause pickle.
Right,
it's like a lemon flavored pickle.
Right, not using any vinegar.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit of Vegenaise in.
Now the Vegenaise is a non-animal product mayonnaise. It's no eggs in there, and it is a very tasty mayonnaise. You don't need much, just enough to get it going.
I will put the top one. You don't have to back up.
That's good. I'm just wondering what you're going to do.
I saw you move.
Never know about you in the kitchen.
Well, see, I didn't take the safeties off of this, so this will not work without the top one. Okay, then we're just going to pulse it until I think it's chunked just small enough. I don't want to make it into a paste.
Okay.
Okay? But I do want to make it a little bit smaller.
Because we want to use it for sandwiches, or if you want to stuff a tomato with it and put it on a bed of lettuce, it makes a really nice high-protein, low-carb dish. That looks really good.
And if you can take that out of the way, we'll just serve it up.
Okay. This is a very versatile dish, and once you've got it made up, you can stick it in the refrigerator and let it meld the flavors overnight, or within a few hours you can use it again. Put it on a bed of lettuce, serve it as a salad, or make sandwiches with it. It's really a very tasty dish. People that eat it, because of the chunks that's in it, they don't realize it's not real meat. So it's a good dish for a flexitarian, or someone that doesn't want to do the meat dish. They want to do something different and find out that it's a whole lot healthier too. That looks really nice.
Now, a variation to this, we have a very interesting variation to this, and it is to use, we can make a tuna salad out of this, basically doing the same things, except we add nori sheets that have been crunched up, and that's basically just seaweed.
Or some dulse and
Dulse
kelp.
or kelp or some other seaweed type flavoring, and it becomes, suddenly it becomes tuna fish.
Now, do you use the celery with the tuna fish?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I guess you probably wouldn't if you were going to have tuna fish, because you generally wouldn't have celery in a tuna fish salad.
Okay.
So,
We've done a lot of recipes today.
boy, a lot.
And I feel like we've gone real quick, but we wanted everyone to know that there are so many alternatives out there, and not just using these two products. There's a lot of other products. These we found are easy, they're quick, they're simple, inexpensive, and we're excited about being able to share those with you. If you are not familiar with where you can get these products from, then please contact us or 3ABN. We're also going to put the recipes back on roll so that you can catch what you missed when we first went over them. And if you don't get them the second time, then you can contact us or 3ABN, and we'll be happy to get them for you. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some great time with our recipes.
And some messy times.
And definitely messy. But we've given some protein alternatives today. And using the standard American diet, we still have alternatives that you can make at home very easily. And if you're wanting to exchange your family over and just have a day in which you just don't do the meat products, you have an alternative.
Could have a flexitarian
day
once a week.
Okay. Well, let's roll the recipes across the screen. Then we're going to come back and show you all the recipes as we have made them and prepared them ready to serve.
We hope you've enjoyed Let's Cook with Jeff and Nancy Rita-Sell. Now let's take a moment to review our Flexitarian Day recipes. For the spaghetti and meatballs, you will need 1 cup of grillins, 1 cup of cool water, your favorite spaghetti sauce, and your favorite pasta. For the All-American Burger, you will need 2 cups of Grillin's Burger Mix, 2 cups of cold water, and 1/2 cup of diced onion, which is optional. For the meatloaf, you will need 2 cups of Grillin's, 2 cups of water, 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste, 1 large sweet onion diced, 1 cup of dried breadcrumbs, 1 bell pepper, 1 cup of mushrooms diced, 3 tablespoons of light olive oil, and 1 6-ounce can of tomato sauce. For the chicky chunks and rice, you will need 2 cups of soy atoms, 1 medium onion diced, 1 clove of garlic minced, 4 tablespoons of chicken-style seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 cups of brown or white rice, 3 1/2 cups of water, 1 to 2 tablespoons of Bragg's liquid aminos, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. For the barbecue beef, you will need 2 cups of soy atoms soaked in 4 tablespoons of beef-style seasoning, 1 large red onion julienned, 1 large green or red pepper julienned, 3 cloves of garlic minced, and 4 cups of your favorite barbecue sauce. For the Adams chicky salad, you will need 2 cups of soy atoms, 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of chicken-style seasoning, 3/4 to 1 cup Vegenaise or other vegan mayo, 1/2 cup of sweet onion diced small, 1/2 cup of celery diced small, and 1/4 cup of sweet pickle relish. If you would like more information, or if you would like to contact Jeff and Nancy Rita-Sell, you may write to 3 ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896, or call 1-800-752-3226. Now back to the show.
Hi, and welcome back to Let's Cook. I hope now you have a little better understanding about this Flexitarian thing. And Nance, I'd like you to describe the food now that we've prepared.
Okay, we've made a lot of good stuff here. First, we made the spaghetti and meatballs using the Grillin's burger mix, and then from making the meatballs, we went to make this All-American hamburger. Boy, does that ever look good. Then we made an incredible meatloaf using the same product, and that looks for all the world just like an All-American meatloaf. Then we also made the chicky chunks and rice using the soy atoms and yellow rice. That's a really pretty dish. And we also used the chicken salad to make the chicken salad sandwich, and the barbecue sandwich was also made with soy atoms. Doesn't that look tasty? Oh, there's so many different ways of making a Flexitarian have alternatives.
Yes, it is. We have so many alternatives that look and taste and act like the real thing. There's really shouldn't be any problems for people wanting to do that once or twice a week.
That's right. And we've shown you some alternatives. That we'll have some more on upcoming shows. We hope that you'll join us. Thank you so much for joining us for Let's Cook today. And we hope that you'll have a blessed day and enjoy good health.
What is a Flexitarian? If you'd like to know more, please stand by. Hello and welcome back to Let's Cook. We're the Rita-Sells. I'm Jeff. This is my bride Nancy, and we're going to discuss Flexitarian, a term that I just recently learned about, and Nancy will describe in more detail.
I was afraid you'd say that. Flexitarian is just a term that we've learned to use as people are wanting to become more adapt into a healthier way of life.
Or flexible.
Flexible in their eating experience. If they don't want to do all meat, they want to do a vegetarian one day, meat one day, then they need to have an alternative. And some people don't know what to use for alternatives. I mean, we have people all around the world that are looking to find a healthier way of life, and they need an alternative to the meat-eating diet.
That makes sense.
Well, we know that meat eating basically is not a healthy way of living, so we are going to show some alternatives to the meat-eating diet by using soy alternatives.
Okay, well, what we've done today is to take 5 or 6 standard American recipes, such as spaghetti and meatballs, hamburger, meatloaf, what else?
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice, and chicken salad, things like that. And we are converting them to a healthier, non-meat style of a dish. And so to start off, let's go ahead and do our spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay, well, let's see what we're going to put in the spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
We'll read the recipe on the screen. In our spaghetti and meatballs, we're going to use a cup of grillins.
To 1 part of water.
And that's cool water.
Cool water.
And the reason why we're doing cool water is?
Because warm water, it doesn't stick together as well.
Okay. It just seems to go together better with water, cool water.
We'll just let that sit for 10 minutes.
Okay. And you've already got some here that you have let soak.
We have some that we have let soak already.
And we're going to make meatballs. Now, a lot of people are wondering how to make meatballs if you're used to having regular spaghetti and meatballs. This is so simple. It goes together well, it holds together. It's a great product put out by Dressler Foods. I'm not sure if anybody wants to know where they can get it from, and we'll tell you more about that in just a moment. 1 cup of cool water, your favorite spaghetti sauce, and your favorite pasta. Okay, let's get started. We're going to use a product called Grillins. Now that's an interesting name. This is a product. You want to tell us about that?
Grillins is something we found about a year ago, and it's a dehydrated burger type mix, and I'm sure there are many on the market, but the thing I like about this is it's so simple, and the spices, the flavorings are already in it.
It's a soy product, right?
It's definitely soy.
And it's all dry, so it's very inexpensive, easy to use. All you do is add water.
Well, we're going to show exactly how easy to use.
Okay.
1 part of mix